Elizabeth says, oh, what a beautiful thing to say. I'm terrible at thinking up good questions, but God bless you all. That's beautiful.
That's really sweet. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Matt says, I'm a prod, theme is like Protestant, in RCIA, and I'm still getting used to seeing vestments and habits. I'm used to seeing preachers in holy jeans and Air Jordans. How can I grow to understand and appreciate Catholic dress norms more fully? You've never been asked that question before. I bet you've got no...
You have a certain technique for this, right?
What's that?
Adopting the...
Yeah, you could wear a weird habit. Or buy a sick dressing gown and tie 3 knots in the rope and tell your wife, no, you're not trying to live like... Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Getting used to seeing vestments...
about Matt putting the thing on his
Right. They couldn't see him.
Just so we're clear. I understand.
Well, I think something that it took me a while to realize is... That was condescending, mother. I think it's important to realize that like our dress affects us. Like you would never really trust a doctor who was about to do heart surgery on your wife or father if he was dressed like a slob.
In his PJs. Yeah.
There's something about the stethoscope and the white dress and all that leads you to trust them. And that's not just like an accidental thing that we can dispose with. And that's why I think it is important when we go to Holy Mass or Divine Liturgy that we do dress up, or at least we dress in a way that befits the occasion. I wasn't always of this opinion. Maybe, I don't know why. Maybe I grew up in a country town in South Australia where it wasn't that way. But
I think there's something, I can speak from the monastic garb perspective.
Yeah.
Like part of it for us, when we receive all the pieces of the habit, like it's part of the armor. Like it's quoting St. Paul talking about putting on the armor to go into battle against the devil. And so like we're putting these pieces of our habit on in order to step into the chapel, which is the ultimate spiritual battle, right? For ourselves and for the world. And so there's something of that. And then with the priest, with vestments and things, the vestments are a reminder that we're transcending the earth, right? Like he is putting on Christ to step into this place, this holiest of place, to stand before the living God and to offer this sacrifice with us and for us. And so like he becomes different in that. I mean, he becomes more fully who he is at that moment before the Father. Yeah. And so we need these, because we're human, we need these external signs. Like I need my habit as much as you need my habit. Like I need to remember when I put this on that like I am, like we veil things that are sacred. So I wear a veil because I've been consecrated to the Lord, and I need to remember that as much as you. Just like we veil the chalice and we veil, the discos or the paten, like those things need to be covered in a particular way to remind us of their sacredness and their holiness.
And our in the service at which we receive the habit, the bishop or the priest monk who's doing the tantring says he calls our habit a sermon to the people, and so there's very much that. But I think that there's something different about a priest's vestments than there are about habits, and something about the vestments is. This place is meant to be holy, right? And holy literally means set apart. Like you want to walk into a church and not just feel like you're still in the world. Like you want something that's going to convey that this is otherworldly. And so I think this is the same reason that we should dress up for, not we, I'm a nun, we actually do. We put on extra clothing. That's
pieces
a weird
of the
thing.
Habit.
Yeah, extra pieces of the habit when we go to liturgy. But there's something also really beautiful, I think, about like having beautiful vestments for your priest. And so to answer your question of how do I more fully appreciate this, I would say like maybe you make a donation to your parish specifically for a new vestment for your priest. Like vestments are expensive, but to have beautiful vestments for your priest, beautiful cloths for the altar. There's something, people accuse the church of like not living poverty because we have these beautiful churches. But I think when they do that, they're not remembering that in a lot of places, like there are villages where the people are so poor and they can't afford any beautiful thing in their own home by themselves. But if the community comes together and they buy this beautiful thing and then they keep it in the church for the whole village to experience, like they can afford that collectively. And so the parish, what the priest is wearing, what's on the altar, like this is for the entire community to experience the grandeur of the Lord.
Also, it's probably important to remember, since this person's a Protestant, that the idea of priestly vestments was God's. And so if you want to read about that, check out Exodus 28 verses 2 through 4.
Precisely.
Where God lays out exactly how he wants the vestments of the high priest.
Exodus 28,
to look.
exactly what I was thinking.
That's where I was thinking.
Thank you very much for watching that clip. Before you go, do us a favor, click like, click subscribe, and if this really meant something to you, help us out by sharing it.